Good evening, brothers. Welcome back. It's Thursday night at the Right, our ongoing series, 5 questions with a white hat. And here's a friend and brother I've been looking forward to having in front of the camera for quite some time. Worshipful brother, illustrious brother, Ken Hill. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well.
I have known you for a number of years, and I know your Masonic resume and involvement is second to none. But I've always wondered, what was the initial catalyst that led you to be curious or wanting to become a Freemason?
It goes back to the days when I was a teenager and I worked in the teacher's retirement building, which was kitty corner from the Zura Shrine Temple. And I could see these guys on their motorcycles with their uniforms on and these funny red hats. And I said, how do you get to be one of those guys? And I didn't know anything about masonry. I only knew about the shrine because I'd done some research on it. It wasn't until I found somebody that was a Shriner, and I said, Johnny, how do I get to be one of these guys? And he says, you just have to sign this petition and we'll get you rolling. So he signed my petition. I joined Minneapolis 19, and from that point on, I got hooked in the Blue Lodge. I went right into the Scottish Rite, and the next year I went into the Shrine. It took me a couple more years after that before I went into the York Rite, but I got hooked in the Blue Lodge, and I found that to be the thing that I really, really loved. And I loved doing the degree work in there. Uh, it was an experience that I enjoyed all the time. I never missed going to lodge. Then I went in years later after I was done being the master of the lodge. Uh, a friend of mine that was in my Masonic line for master's appointments approached me and said, hey, I'd like you to work on the 10ths and the 32nd degree. And I said, okay. But I need to come to see the 32nd degree because I couldn't remember what it was. It's been that long since I took it. Uh, and once I saw that, I'm going, oh yeah, I can handle that. We had a captain of the guard that was a ex-military guy that had a voice on him that just was unbelievable. And when he gave orders, you jumped. And that's how I got into the Scottish Rite involvement. And it was the secretary of another lodge that we shared quarters with that came to me and said, hey, I'd like to appoint you to the Lodge of Perfection line. And I said, okay, I can do that.
And that was my next question, and how you ended up in the Lodge of Perfection. I know past Venerable Master and several other involvements in degrees along the way. What's your favorite degree of the Scottish Rite? Or can you name just one?
My favorite degree in the Scottish Rite would have to be, I think the 27th degree is a degree that always intrigued me. I can remember the guy that was presiding on that degree when I joined, uh, who was very active in the shrine. Um, and when I joined the shrine, he kind of, I don't know how he finagled it, but maybe a principal candidate. But he was a great guy, great guy. But that was always my favorite degree. The other degree that I really liked is the 31st. But you have to be a member to appreciate what that degree is all about.
Coincidentally, 31st degree was tonight, and we have the 32nd coming up this Saturday. 31st is a favorite for so many of us. It's so impactful. There's so much to take in every time one sees it. It's something new. We say that a lot, but especially I think the 31st is very applicable in that. And you're the Scottish Rite Secretary. You're still our secretary at 19. I know I, for one, enjoy your anecdotal stories of Sixth and Hennepin and all of the appendant bodies. I wish we had a half hour to talk about all of the things you have seen, all of the things you have done. But you are a pillar of the Minneapolis Valley and of Masonry in Minnesota, to say the least. And like I said, I wish we had so much more time to chat and discuss details. And how is the secretary? Terrence and I always wonder, when are you going to retire? You're a busy man.
I retired from work. I was retired for 10 years and I got bored. Okay, people always say, "Oh, I can't wait to retire." Some people want to retire, but when you spend 10 years and you get bored, you got to find something to do to occupy your time, to keep your mind sharp and keep you wanting to come back and do things. So that's why I'm still secretary at 19, and that's why I'm secretary of the Scottish Rite Valley.
And that's why we won't let you resign. You're stuck. You've got the job, my friend. Illustrious brother Ken Hill, we can't thank you enough for all that you do for our valley, for sitting down with us in 5 Questions with a White Hat tonight. Thank you so much. We'll see you at the Rite again soon, brothers.
Thank you.